For this video, we are looking at an object, and the important thing to consider with every object, there's different approaches you can take to actually create it. It's not one way works and every other way fails. Instead, you have to look at it like, okay, what is the one starting piece that I can create, which will allow me to add pieces, subtract pieces, and eventually end up with what I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the object that is being shown. So, end result is this. They give you some dimensions throughout, and I'm going to create it the way that I would, but it's actually, it's going to be different. So I'm not going to talk so much in this video. I want to just show you how I do it. I will say you have to start with a new part, make sure you're in the English templates, and say standard inches. So now that I've done that, here we go. I think it's easier if I create the side view, the base. So now I'm going to, that's wrong. I'm going to start with the height. 1.75, cool. Whew. I'm going to go over 2 inches. It's going to go down, let's see, 1.75. I know it's half an inch thick, so it's 1.25. It's going to go over 3.25. That's 1 inch. It's 2.5 inches deep, so what it's going to be, 1.25 and 3.25 is 5.5. So here we go. I'm going to go over 5.5. I'm going to go up whatever, and I'm just going to connect the dots because it doesn't really matter. Let's see how this goes. I'm also going to make an arc. I'm deleting my dimensions, and I'm trimming. Boys are trimming. Really? I delete these guys too? Okay. Alright, you're right. Trim, trim, trim. Okay, so now that we have our object, we are going to finish our sketch. Actually, I lied. I'm going to go back into my sketch. I'm going to draw the rest of that profile. So here, this goes over, I want to say half an inch, 0.5. It goes down 1.25. No, it goes down 1. It's going to go over. I don't know how much it goes over, but I know this goes over. Make sure that's straight. 0.5. Go down 1 inch, and I connect the dots. Great. Now I use my trim tool. Finish the sketch. I'm going to extrude this puppy out 2.5 inches, and I'm nearly there. So one thing I need to do is I need to find the center point of this. So, interesting. So here, I know that from this edge over is 3.25 inches. I'm going to draw a line straight up. Great. Now I'm going to draw a circle in the midpoint, which is 1 inch. Excellent. And this is going to get closed off. Okay. Doesn't really say. You there, carpetbagger. What say you? I lied. I'm using the circle tool. That's a much better technique. So I'm going to trim half of that circle. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend this circle like this. You'll see what I do in just a second. I'm going to trim up my stuff. So now I finish my sketch. I'm going to go back so I can look at it. Extrude this, extrude you, and I'm going to extrude you right into it. And it cuts. Almost there. And now I'm going to just revolve that. I'm going to cut out the back of this. So the back of this is it's definitely some. Goes down an inch. Oh, it goes down 7.5. Okay. So, going in here, I know it goes in 0.5 inches. It goes down 0.75 inches. Goes over. It's going to be 2.5 minus 1/2. So I guess it's 2 inches. I lied. Let's go back 1/2 inch. Goes up. And that looks pretty good. So now what I'm going to do, finish my sketch. I extrude just the shape in the center all the way through. Bam. Beautiful. This is not the technique used in the book. Still worked. So I want you to keep that in mind, that when you create an object, you want to try and visualize how you would cut that out of a piece of clay or styrofoam or something like that. And trust your gut. If it's something that you know how to do, you can make it work. If it's something you don't know how to do, but you're being told to do it a certain way, it may not be the best strategy for you. Some minds work differently, especially when you're dealing with visual objects like this. So you have to just try and consider what skills you have in your holster and how you know to do things, and you can create some pretty great stuff, even if it's not the same way that somebody else does. Next video, I'm going to follow the book and show how it is done in their eyes. Happy building!